Respected dignitaries and my dear friends, my name is KVS Aishwarya and I am doing my undergraduation in the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, MGIT, Hyderabad. My topic for the presentation is 3D printing of carbon fibers for automobile applications. Now moving on to the contents, these are the various topics that I am going to discuss in this presentation. Before knowing about the background of the materials used till today, we need to understand what exactly is an automobile. Anyone can answer this question because the word itself gives the meaning. Auto means self, mobile means moving. Therefore, a self-moving vehicle is called an automobile. And the best example for this is car. And these cars are produced by various automotive agencies, but the only difference from one company to the other company is because of their outlook, inner look, and the price. And the main reason behind this difference is the improvement in technology. And we also know that any improvement in technology in any sector is mainly due to the materials used. Now let us look at the evolution of cars with improvement in materials usage. The first material used was wood, and later it was modified by the implementation of the steel body panels with wooden frames, and then later on body on frame came into picture, and till today unibody construction is in usage. Moving on to the requirements of automotives: lightweight, cost, safety and crashworthiness, high strength, high stiffness. These are the important characteristics of the automotives, and materials meeting these properties are aluminum and its alloys, magnesium and its alloys, advanced high strength steels. Now looking at the graph, we can easily say that these advanced high strength steels reduces the weight of the component only by 20%, aluminum by 40%, whereas magnesium by 50%. Till today, these materials are playing a prominent role in reducing the weight of the components, but some of these materials faces some of the challenges like high chemical reactivity and sensitive to oxidation, etc. Therefore, some of the research outcomes indicated that carbon fibers are the best suited automobile materials. Now let us look into carbon fibers. So what exactly is carbon fiber? A carbon fiber is a fibrous fiber which is composed of carbon atoms approximately 90 to 100%, and its crystal structure is similar to that of the graphite, and its diameter ranges between 5 to 10 micrometers, which is very small compared to human hair. And the same analysis of the comparison between the carbon fiber and the human hair is shown at the right side bottom of the slide. And then coming to the precursors of carbon fiber: pan-based, pitch-based, and rayon-based. And then coming to the reinforcement is generally done in order to strengthen the material, and therefore some of the reinforcements of carbon fiber with matrix like plastic, cement, etc. But out of which carbon fiber reinforced plastic is an ideal material for lightweight construction because of their lightweight, high strength, high stiffness, chemical resistance, etc. All the properties mentioned in this slide are not only required for automobile applications but also for aerospace applications. So moving on to the next, here are some of the facts discussed about the carbon fiber with respect to aluminum and steel. So on to the right side of the slide, you can see the Formula 1 racing car, which is a unibody construction made completely out of carbon fiber. Look at the price, it's around 4 crores 86 lakhs 18,375 Indian rupees. So I think this is the only reason making the carbon fiber for not using widely in the automobile applications, because look at the price compared to aluminum and steel. It is 2 times more expensive than aluminum and 8 times more expensive than steel. The only problem behind the increment in cost is mainly due to the usage of petroleum precursor. We all know that the petroleum comes from crude oil through fractional distillation process, and this process adds cost to this material, and therefore the Ramco Carbon, which is a US based industry, came forward by giving a solution to this problem. Is that if we use the coal based precursor in order to produce the carbon fibers, that is carbon from coal mines is taken in order to produce the carbon fiber, then when this method is adopted, then the cost of the carbon fiber reduces compared to aluminum and steel, and therefore this carbon fiber becomes affordable alternative to steel and aluminum. So moving on to the next, there are many manufacturing techniques in order to fabricate the components of automobiles. But why 3D printing? Because this 3D printing not only reduces the wastage of material but also makes the material more lighter, and therefore this 3D printing has different names like additive manufacturing, rapid prototyping, etc. So what exactly is 3D printing? 3D printing is basically a manufacturing process which is generally used to build the physical component by using the 3D CAD data. So here is the common steps which are used in order to produce a physical object. So moving on to the next, so we have different additive technologies, but out of which fused deposition modeling is the best technology in order to print the plastic materials. The schematic of fused deposition modeling is on to the right side of this slide. So moving on to the next, first we need to take the plastic pellets and the carbon fiber, and these two are blended in a blender and then extruded in the form of filaments, and these filaments are then introduced into the FDM 3D printer, and through the nozzle the melted filament deposits onto the build platform, and according to the design of the component and the predetermined directions, the component is built on the build platform. And then on to the right side of this slide, you can see a table of parameters for the fabrication process, that is the input variables for extrusion as well as FDM process. And then moving on to the next, characterization of carbon fiber. So you can, the composite used here is carbon fiber reinforced plastic, where the fiber is carbon fiber and the plastic is epoxy resin, and it is sandwiched between the aluminum plate, and the data regarding the tensile test, fractional test and impact test is as shown in the table on to the right side of the slide, and the sim analysis of the fracture surface is also shown in the bottom of the slide, so where you can observe some fiber pullouts and the fracture surface of the aluminum as well as the reinforced plastic, and also you can see some shear surfaces, pits, cavities and voids. So moving on to the last slide, so therefore this carbon fiber is the 21st century material, because this material has very high specific strength, high stiffness, and also the reduction potential, weight reduction potential of the uh, production of the carbon fiber is very high compared to aluminum, steel and magnesium. And on to the right you can see the complete car made out of carbon fiber, which is completely 3D printed, and therefore 3D printing of carbon fiber for automobile applications is a promising route in order to decrease the cost of the materials used for automobile applications as well as for mass production. Thank you.